Alrighty. Hello, everybody. How is it going? Personally, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to get back to this. Yeah. It turns out we were totally ready to go into the Aqua hideout. I just didn't surf up the little distance to see where the entry point was, because for some reason I thought it was past the block that was there last time, but whatever. We can do it. Anyways, though, I'm not gonna waste any real time here getting started. Just going to immediately get into here and see how quickly we can just obliterate Team Aqua. Realistically, we should be able to sweep through this place outside of the annoyance of teleport puzzles, just because I'm pretty sure everyone in here should be just way lower level than us. Because currently I think all of our people are at 39, and I don't think anything in here gets above like 34. But the real challenge is, of course, going to be this teleport puzzle. Alright, immediate first try getting to the loot. And, okay, I'm fighting an Electrode, I guess. The sheer amount of, like, Voltorb/Electrode fake items is sort of funny. Alright, let's go for a counter. Didn't attack us? Oh well. Yeah. I'll just Mach Punch this time. We actually outspeed? Okay, okay. Underestimating Darl's speed. Yeah, we're fine. We outspeed, so there's no chance of it exploding. And we resist electric. There we go. Presumably that's the only one here. Or not. Okay, another one. Oh, I guess that technically would have counted as an encounter in this area. Well, Dupe's Closet, but I don't think there's anything else, technically. We'll keep fighting it. And then it immediately explodes, of course. Hopefully this doesn't kill Darl. Okay, no. Darl is fine. We're okay. I always get afraid when a explosion or anything like that happens. But we're fine. We got the Master Ball. Don't know when I'm gonna use that, but we have it now. And now we can go, I guess, the actual way. Assuming that was the only thing that direction. I honestly forget the exact layout of this place. Okay, this is inevitably a double fight, and Darl is getting a bit hurt at this point. So I'm going to bring in Lebneb and Bagabool, I think. Go for a Fly Earthquake combo. Oh no, no, you're not late at all. We pretty much just started the Aqua base. We got the Master Ball, that was pretty easy to grab. Fought a couple Electrodes, and that is about it. So yeah, didn't miss really anything at all. Alright. So, unfortunately, a Zubat will not be fucked up by Earthquake or anything like that, so we're just gonna have to go for simpler methods. Actually, let's go for a Dragon Breath on the Zubat. I forget what that actually does to one, and let's Ember the Poochyena. Yeah, Dragon Breath does enough. The Peck probably would have been fine, but yeah. Okay, Carniva. That's gonna be an easy one to kill with a flying type on the field. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I scarfed down a sandwich shortly before stream, so I am completely full and all, but I respect the eating during stream vibe. I would not subject that all to you. The words are escaping me. I would not subject you all to that unnecessarily. Alright. And then a second Zubat. Okay, okay. We knew a Dragon Breath killed, so let's just do that. Lebneb is at the point where they can pull their own weight a little bit better. And then the Ember crit when they have like 1 health. I guess the crit meta is back. It is a good strategy, as I was saying last time. Okay. Yeah, Zubat really is just sort of the evil team Pokemon in a lot of ways. It's the one I feel like that survives the longest throughout all of the games to, like, consistently be on the evil team lists. Okay, yeah. Not surprising that I couldn't avoid that guy, but you always can try. Alright, what do you got for us? Whoa, a Zubat? Crazy. Dragon Breath. Presumably doesn't one-shot, given that the other one didn't get one-shot? Yeah. And a Wing Attack does basically nothing to Lebneb. Cool. And did they have a second Mon? I was not paying attention. No, they did not. Yeah, we are not at much threat here. I think we are a tad over-leveled even in counting for the level cap. But, you know. You never know, something horrible can happen. Team Aqua and Magma are so goofy. At least Team Rocket was just doing actual crime. Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. It might be... I honestly should double-check that, because I was just like, oh, it's a dragon move, I should use that. Yeah, no, it's just 60 power dragon move. I forget which move it is, because there is one dragon move that is just, like, set 40 damage or something. All these Zubats are making Bogabool less of an ideal option. Maybe I should, swap. Not that it really matters. Takedown is going to... Oh, wow, didn't actually kill the Carnivore. Okay. It actually survived. Yes. Well, given that it was the gen that introduced, like, double battling, I'm not surprised that they wanted to flaunt it. Yeah. Just repeat the same process and hope Lebneb gets through confusion. Lebneb does it. With a crit! The useless crits already are coming through. Oh boy. And I assume that should be the team. Yep, okay. Realistically, this isn't too robust a space, so realistically we should hit the end, yeah, like right now. Lebneb does like to show off, it seems. We'll see if that continues. They haven't really had much time to shine in the last stream, so maybe this one. Anyways, let's see what you can do against a Mighty Yenna. It's 5 levels lower than you. You're at like half health, which is concerning. But you got this, Lebneb. You're fine. Yeah, okay, Lebneb is set up to show off. Okay. Would have been great if that just killed, but I'll take the crit regardless. I'll just go for the Peck because it's lower. Of course they use a super potion, but it's, like, has more PP is what I'm trying to say. Evidently my words are not working for me, and evidently Lebneb's mind is not working for them. I'm gonna risk one more, and if it doesn't work, I'm pivoting. Okay, it worked. And it was another crit! Oh my god, Lebneb understands the strategy. Lebneb knows how to win! Alright, I will swap off of Lebneb now, because I am worried about them being in the yellow. Chucking a rock at him is... Well, wait, no, Resmex. I brought Resmex in here specifically because we were going to be fighting some flying types. I knew that they'd have Zubats and Golbats, so... Let's Spark. God, I hope Resmex learns a better lightning move soon. Yeah, no, I'm impressed by the amount of crits that we've already gotten. Sort of insane. Alright. But now, we can continue on our way. We've done everything we need to here. There's like another item or two we could pick up, but I do not really care. If I'm desperate for items, I will pick them up between streams. Oh, actually, also, I just remembered. Mrug had picked up an item. Let's see what they got. An X attack, okay, crazy. If there is, I don't know where to get it. So, yeah, we may not be getting our Jolteon that we tend to have in these runs. Which is scary and frightening and confusing. But hey, we have another quadrupedal electric type with us. Don't know if they can learn Shadow Ball, though. Alright. Now then, though, we are ready to just make our way across the ocean. Yeah, I hope Mrug picks up more potions and shit instead of X attacks, because at least the potions can be used out of battle. Alright, time to sail along Mrug. Tragically can't get past... Okay, but they turn. Presumably. Okay. They didn't quick turn us, but we're gonna need to be fast on the, like, moving to the right after the battle. Alright, a Gyarados, you say? Well, that sounds like a flying and water type to me. Realistically, I should put someone... Yeah, well, Lebneb can work, and I don't know why I didn't, do Peck. Flying against the water type. Oh, that I guess is why. Anyways, I'm going to swap Lebneb to the person who actually can kill this thing easily. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Anyways, I'm hoping Resmex can take a hit. They can. Let's Spark and hope it's enough to kill. Okay, I'm just winning. I'm just winning. I'm putting my strategy into practice, known as crit. Jesus Christ, what is that, like the 5th crit already? We're only like 15 minutes into the stream. Okay. Avoided her. Realistically, we're just sort of going until we hit an island. Yes, Resmex is very much pulling their weight across everything that we've come across, and I should put them in front, as well as Repel. Mrug already has another item? Okay. Cool. Nope. Wrong button. I guess going from below is smarter at this point. A protein. Okay, cool, Mrug. Sure. Where are our repels? There they are. I think that's just a random island. Yeah. And that's just a random house, I think. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, protein from the water. I don't know if I trust that. Okay, we're actually to Moss Deep City. Well, we've made it to where we need to go next. we're all ready to the next gym battle, pretty much. Which means it's time to pull out the dedicated team for this. Because they are a psychic gym, all of our dark and ghost types are coming out to play. Morant. Crumgel. Honlon. And now we need to determine what else we take. I think Aljimmy is good because 3 of their mons, I believe, are weak to water. Let's see. Just gonna look at their move set real quick to see if there's anything scary in their move sets, because I know they have some fire moves. I know they have mostly psychic, of course. Okay, Claydol has Earthquake and Ancient Power. And yeah, Flamethrower and Solar Beam on Solrock. Solrock set up for Sunny Day Solar Beam tactics. So, realistically, keeping Lebneb could be good. Keeping our own Solrock would be good. So I think... I mean, Electric could be good there as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bench Lebneb and then keep everyone else. I think that sounds good, because though Resmex doesn't really do much in particular for the team in this case, they do have super effective against one of them. So if we're desperate and want to like keep one of our other options ready, we can. Meanwhile, Quizarno is safe from Earthquake, is Rock type, so, you know, safe from Rock moves, is Psychic type, so resistant to Psychic, while also having... Well, I guess they only have Fire Spin as a non-Rock or Psychic move. Okay, maybe Quizarno... no, Quizarno's a stall tactic option. Quizarno's a stall tactic. Aljimmy's here because water is good here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, I didn't actually pick up Ice Beam, so that's something I still need to fucking do. But that will be something I absolutely do before we get to the Elite Four, at the very latest. Alright, I'm not going to fully level everyone quite yet, because I've already fully leveled half the party, and we still hypothetically have a few gym fights to do. Gonna go with Crumgel in front, sure, why not? Actually, no, Dark. Dark is better. Having a Dark type in front means that the Psychic types are just gonna not be able to do shit. Alright. Let's see what we can avoid here. Because if we hit that, we're just going to immediately fight them. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm curious to see how some of this will go. I don't think I've ever gone into this gym with this many, like, Dark and Ghost types actually just ready for the fight. Alright. double Psychic, and we got double Dark in front. Get fucked, guys. Use whatever non-Psychic type moves you have, I guess. Unfortunately, our movesets aren't, like, crazy good right now, but we'll work with what we have. Let's see if we can one-shot. Roleplay, okay, I forget. Oh, copied Intimidate. Wacky. Okay, not a one-shot, unless that was a low roll, then it could one-shot, but that does one-shot. Cool, 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 cool. I wonder if they have any moves that can do anything right now. Oh, they have Recover. Well, they have 2 dogs about to bite them, so I don't think it matters. You know, I think it's entirely possible that they just only had Psychic moves, which sucks for them. Which actually is good to account for, is once we get to the actual Tate and Liza fight, if Morant and Hoenn are alive, and we have taken down everything, but if we've gotten to the point where the Lunatown is out on field, we could just have both of them on the field without any danger of anything, because I believe the Lunatone only has Psychic moves. Anyways, I'm trying to manipulate things in a way where I just fight as few people as possible. Okay, let's go with that. Let's keep it to a single battle. Yeah, I don't have any follow me currently, at least as far as I know. Maybe we have something that has it, but not that I know of. Yeah, no, that is also fair. So it basically means we know who our priorities are in the fight. Because, whoa, only 2 of her Pokemon can directly harm my Dark types? Crazy. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty clean, but you never know. Oh no, the Repel wore off. Alright, that's that. We have literally gone unharmed, so I think we're safe to just go straight to the battle. Which I think we can get to without any fights if we play this carefully. I think it's this way. Well, oh, we gotta hit the button first, duh. But. Alright, one more fight. You know, this is a pretty clean sweep, all things considered, I have a feeling. Does this one shot? Not quite! Surviving at like 1. Tries to imprison us? Okay. Yeah, I think they're grasping at straws for what to hit us with. Maybe. I mean, I always think of Tate and Liza as a run killer based on some of my own personal, like, runs and stuff that I've done. But with the setup we have, really it isn't. Okay, I guess we have to fight her, and I just fucked that up. What am I doing? I need to move it one more time, goddammit. Okay. Extra fights. Not that it really matters. Well, actually, Hex Maniac might have something relevant. Might have a fighting type move. Anyways, bite it to death is the objective. Yeah, no, the fact that you can get an Absol, with, like, just enough determination and a... What is it called? What is the actual Pokemon called? Whatever Hoenn is. like very early on as well, it's sort of shocking how easy you can handle psychic types in Gen 3. Alright, either it made a bad decision or it has no non-psychic moves. Yeah, X-Ray, XP, and EVs. Always nice. Mighty Yenna, that's what I was thinking of. Alright, and now we can go this way, do that, and now we can get there. Yeah. Banette is also a good one to have, but it doesn't have the complete shutdown of Dark type. So we have Banette with us, but Marent and Hoenn are easily the MVPs here, in all likelihood. Alright, let's do it, and let's immediately target the thing that knows Earthquake. Yeah. I will acknowledge, Taylenliza's team is very well set up, all things considered. All of her mons, other than the one that uses Earthquake, are immune to Earthquake. And Xatu has Sunny Day, which can set up Soul Rock. It's sort of crazy how well set up they are. Alright, we double bite the Claydol because they are the threat. Don't love the Xatu Calm Mind, but also it has no way to benefit from that. We outspeed the Claydol, that's good. It's super effective, but does not as much damage as I would hope. It's gonna get off a Earthquake. Don't one-shot, please. Okay. Less than half health. I can accept that. I can accept that. Because they will be dead now. Xatu is just setting up, because what else would it do? I mean, Sunny Day is what it would do, but... that's sort of our worst-case scenario, is it Sunny Days and Confuse Rays us, but, you know... it seems to have other plans. And it sends out the Soul Rock, the other thing that is vaguely a threat. But we immediately get a hit on, which does half its health. Okay, that's huge. Alright. Hopefully we outspeed and 2 bites takes it out. Now it finally Confuse Rays. Hopefully we get through Confusion. This could go very bad if things go just, like, exactly wrong enough. Okay, we need that other bite. We're confused, but we need that other bite. We get that. Cool. We're not guaranteed to win at this point, but we might as well be, because there is no direct damaging move that either of these two can do. Yeah, pretty much. The only thing they can do to hurt us right now is Confuse Ray, which is why Xatu is the target. I'm pretty sure Lunatone has nothing relevant here. Light Screen, Hypnosis. Hypnosis would be annoying. And then Psychic. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so all they can do is stall. Eventually I might need to pivot Hoenn, but all they can do is stall, so... worst case scenario, Hoenn kills themselves, or gets close enough that we have to kill them. Or, like, pivot them, rather. And then they can actually hit something. Anyways, I don't love how little damage that did to Xatu. It has been setting up the Calm Minds, so... though I think Bite is physical, isn't it? I don't know, I honestly don't remember. Yeah, Confusion should be erased when I switch, but I don't want to switch because we weren't gonna die to just Confusion, so... staying in a position where we literally cannot be directly targeted, I prefer. Okay, it's special. I honestly wasn't sure. So honestly, in a weird way, it might be worth trying Slash and such. Not that it really matters. We're gonna get this eventually either way. But it'll probably go faster with all these Calm Minds. And the sunlight means nothing. Actually, almost running out of bites. I also could Swords Dance, but nah. No real need. I'm just gonna do Bite on... Oh, they have fucking potions. Of course they do. I don't know why I didn't think of them potioning. Ah, right. I remember you mentioning that last time. Okay. They missed the Hypnosis, that's good. I don't want them to stall this any longer than they do. Did Slash just miss while I wasn't paying attention? Oh, no, never mind. We were confused. We were lost and confused. Maybe I'll just Swords Dance until we're out of this fucking scenario. I don't love Takedown being my only option here. Anyways, actually, yeah, Swagger is totally a viable option here, because just make them hit themselves. Yeah, Confusion is gonna hurt us quite a bit, so let's employ the same tactic against them. Because upping their attack doesn't matter against us, but them being confused sure does. And it'll be them hitting themselves physically, so... It's not like their Calm Minds are gonna matter. I think we're still confused, so... Not that just doing Swords Dance helps at all, but I'm just gonna do that for now, because, yeah. Oh, both of us being confused? That's gross. That's gross. If Morant hits themselves again, I'm going to swap, but Morant snapped out of Confusion. Perfect. And with these Swords Dances, Slash should be pretty powerful, all things considered. And then Hoenn hurts themselves. Misses the Hypnosis, that's what we want to see. The sunlight has faded, that means nothing to us. Let's see, let's get Xatu out of here, they're the only one who can actually hurt us. And I'm gonna just keep trying to Swagger Lunatone, because if they can both be confused, we can just sort of fuck them up a little bit. Good thing that they waste a turn on Sunny Day, that's appreciated. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, none of the Hypnosises have hit, which is nice. Honestly, it would be better for those to hit than the Confuse Rays, but I will not complain. And Hoenn immediately snaps out of the Confusion. Okay. I appreciate that. Now they finally hit a Hypnosis, and of course it's on the one who can actually do the quick kill. Oh well. Yeah, at this point, literally nothing can be done to stop us, so we'll just do it. Realistically, I could do Takedown, because they can't hurt me. I always am just sort of intimidated by special attack, not special, what am I saying? Recoil moves. Yeah, this Lunatone is not gonna be able to do much. Come on, Morant, you can wake up. I guess not. How much does this do to us? Oh yeah, I guess it is a fucking rock. I'm just gonna bite it. It hurts itself. That's good. Just need a few more of those. Of course, it has a berry. I wonder if they have another potion. I hope not. Realistically, Slash should still do quite a bit. I could start howling my way up and then take down, but I'm not worried. And it just flinches off of the bite. I forgot that bite can flinch. That, like, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a flinch yet. I'm also surprised that Morant is still asleep. Yeah, no, I feel like their team is very well set up, but it is good that they only have 2 Pokemon each. It keeps the, like, difficulty balanced enough, I'd say. Orange finally wakes up and kills instantly. Alright. Our dark types have sweeped a gym. Morenton Honlon MVP. And now we can deal with plot bullshit until it's ready to go to the last gym. Which realistically shouldn't take too long. It's like a couple dungeons, pretty much. Coal Mines TM is very much appreciated. We realistically could put that on to someone. Gonna save it until later, but you know. Yeah, next up I think is an ice gym? I think that's what we're up against. Okay, yeah. I also just realized I never leveled our other Pokemon. Whatever. No, just water type. Water type is what it is, and it's 46 is the level cap. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm honestly shocked how well we've managed against what are essentially known as the run-enders of Gen 3. Because I don't think many people really consider Hoenn that scary. And then Elite Four is the Elite Four. It'll go how it goes. But yeah, we realistically have gone past most of the scary stuff. At least until endgame. But let's stock up on a few things while we're in town. Gonna go for about 11 of those. I don't need hyper potions, really. I'll buy some max repels, though. I'll get 10. We'll finish our super repels and then move on to those. Well, actually, because there is a bag limit, I should probably sell some stuff. Yeah, no, I don't know why, but they made Wallace the champion rather than Steven Stone, and then made Hoenn the 4th gym. I don't really get it. What do we not need? This is literally meant to be sold. So is this. Wait, I didn't realize I have 4 of them. We have more money than I thought. X speed doesn't matter. Dire hit doesn't matter. None of these items matter. No, not the elixirs. Alright, realistically that should help keep our inventory clean. I could see how you could get that thought, given how fucking flamboyant that guy is, but... Yeah, no, he was the 8th gym leader in Ruby Sapphire, and then was the champion here. I guess we should get back our actual team before we do anything more. The dark types did good, and our Bennett sure did give moral support. It would have been a good option if necessary. But let's get the mainstays back in here. Gotta get Lebneb back. Bubba. Mrug. The funniest of the mainstays. And Bagabool. Realistically, we're going to be dealing with a lot of water, so I might bench Bagabool for now. Huh. Wow. Wild. I do very much appreciate how it seems like the manga really does just sort of go out there with the storyline ideas. I feel like usually, though there are some wild stuff in Pokemon in general, I feel like the manga is where it gets its craziest stuff. Alright, we're dealing with Team Magma. Realistically, that means fire types and the usual schmucks. Let's put El Jimmy in front. Surf never does you wrong. Right, they're fucking stealing rocket fuel for some reason. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Alright, a ball toy? I can work with that. There. Anyways, 5 levels higher, super effective move. I think it will work. Alright, one Pokemon guy. Now we gotta fight this guy. Does he have more than one Pokemon? Wow, actually, yes, 3. Okay, a Mightyena, respectable, respectable. Don't love the Intimidate. Won't stop a good old Surf, though, when you're 13 levels lower than me. Oh, and a Nubble's gonna die instantly. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I've said this before many a times. I really gotta read the manga. It sounds like it just sort of has everything that I would want from a Pokemon manga. Which is sort of funny to say, but... Alright, there we go. Let us up the stairs, please, thank you. Oh god, we're getting fucking jumped. At least they give us the opportunity to leave. These eco-terrorists are at least respectable enough to let us leave if we don't want to get jumped. Alright, let's see what a Surf does to a Zubat. It kills it, evidently. Alright, now who's next? Come at me! I'll take you all on. Probably only has one Mon. Yep. I do find it funny how they'll often do this kind of thing where, like, an entire group of guys comes after you, but then they'll just have 1 or 2 Pokemon each, so it's functionally just a single team. Now for the last of them. You got anything that can stop a single Surf? Okay, okay. Yeah, very much so the manga has... Since we've done these streams and you've talked about in Pokelove, the manga has definitely been sort of near the top of my to-read list. But anybody who, you know, watches shows or anime or manga or anything knows that to watch or to read list rarely gets touched, unfortunately. Alright. Let's see. Right, I think we got a double battle about to happen with help from good ol' Steven. I was not reading that. Am I missing something? Alright, I guess that wasn't... Okay, we're fine. Morogori picked up an item, hell yeah. Let's bring El Jimmy. Let's bring... Bizarno is always good. And Lebneb, sure. Yeah, no. I I think I've mentioned it before, but I did actually read at some point the first like 100 chapters of One Piece, and then stopped just because I had read 100 chapters in like 2 weeks or something. And I enjoyed it. I always have meant to get back to it, but I just never did. One thing I'm sort of actually waiting on to a degree with it, though, is, I think, I forget when it was, but a while back, I think there was an announcement that they were going to do a, like, new anime that was going to be more, like, tight and cleaned up and refined, and that is something that I would be interested in seeing, because I very much appreciate manga, but a good anime is hard to beat, in my opinion. But, yeah. And also on top of that, even if that is never something that actually comes to fruition, I wouldn't be against reacting to the manga once reacting to the anime once I get back to anime stuff, which I am working on. I'm just wanting to have a bit of a backlog so that when I start releasing again, it doesn't just immediately stop if I can't do it 1 week. Of course, that won't work for newly releasing shows, but you know. Yeah, maybe. I could see that. It might just be that balance-wise they wanted to keep it to 6, because if you're ever doing a solo double battle, you'll only have 6 anyways. But, who knows? Alright, this poor Camerupt is going to fucking explode the moment it touches water. Does it one-shot? Probably not. Almost, though. And just a crit for good measure on the Mighty Anna. God. I believe it was Gen 5 that introduced double battles, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know for certain, though, because, you know, I haven't played Gen 5 or onward, really. But Gen 5, I think, is what it was, because I think it was before the jump to 3D, and I mean, I know it wasn't Gen 4, so I'm pretty sure it was Gen 5. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is very fair. But nope, just pure dark on Mighty Anna. Yeah, surf again. Just keep surfing. Oh no! Stone's Matang is fucking confused. I don't know why I used his last name. Yeah, the Unova was Gen 5, yeah. God, I've mentioned it before, but I'm excited to get to Gen 5, seeing as it's going to be the first time I've actually played it properly. It's funny. I haven't properly played anything past Gen 4 for more than, like, an hour or 2, but Gens 5, 6, and 8, I've played the first, like, hour of each, or whatever. I don't know why that is the case, I just, for whatever reason, started but never continued all of those games. Anyways, we've successfully stopped Team Magma from stealing rocket fuel for some reason. Yep, yeah, I am aware of the elemental monkeys. I didn't realize they were what taught you triple battles. Guess it makes sense, though. Alright. Now then, though... What do we have to do next? It's always at this point that I get sort of confused on what I need to do. Right, okay. We need to actually go to Steven's house. Which house is his? We also, I think, can pick up the super rod here, which will be good. Just gotta check all the houses until we find the guy. There he is. Yeah, then we should be able to dive, and that'll unlock our way. I do find it funny how many water-based HMs there ended up being. There's like dive, waterfall, surf, obviously, whirlpool. Bit unnecessary how many, I feel. Where is the house that is gonna have the super rod? I feel like I remember reading that the super rod was somewhere here. Just want to double check in case I'm wrong. Yeah, okay, no, it is here somewhere. Is it perhaps above somewhere? Who the fuck is calling me? I don't care about you, May. You are not a real rival. I'm actually a pretty big fan of May, but I do not care for the phone calls. Alright. With that, though, we got the super rod. We can dive now. Need to figure out who the hell I'm putting dive onto, though. Actually, because we have surf on El Jimmy, realistically, I could put dive onto Rug. Unless Rug can't. El Jimmy, get ready for your moveset to be slightly weakened by having a second water move that isn't as good as surf. But luckily, I don't really care about Rap. Oh, I need to take that item from Rug. Yeah, no, I do find just the entire gimmick of Hoenn and its teams to be quite goofy. The fact that just an entire, like, half-ocean, like, water area, and there's a group that just wants more land. Alright, I don't remember exactly how to get to where we're trying to go, but I will do my best, and with repels, it shouldn't take that long. Oh, we can also just pick up items when we find them. Oh, fucking sink in the water, cool. Yeah, no, that is very fair. I'm fond of Dawn because that was the, like, era of the anime that I saw other than reruns of the original. So, like, Dawn and Misty are the ones from my childhood, but May very much is one that I've come to appreciate quite a bit. Right, okay, this is where all the fucking deep ravines are. Now I think we just gotta find a cave. But yeah, no, I feel like May is a pretty solid character, all things considered, for, like, the limited amount of what you could call her a character as for the games and such. I have much less memory of May in the anime for essentially the reasons I was saying before. I haven't... Like, I've rarely gone back and watched Gen 3's anime. Alright, there's entirely the possibility we're in the wrong ravine, but we shall see in a moment. But also, actually, we can catch something here. And also, it would look like we are not in the wrong place. I can come back here to catch something if I need to. And then we need to undive, I believe. They gave her a brother? What? I was not aware of that. Yeah, okay, that's closed. We are not needing to be here yet, but what this does is mean we can fly here whenever we need to. I don't know where I'm going. Let's return to the deep. I also find it so deranged that Pseudopolis is in a crater that can only be reached by water or air. Yeah, no, that is very fair. Okay, repel's worn off, and then we immediately get something. Let's see if it's an actual thing. Okay, that's technically an electric type. I'll take it. I guess I will swap to my catcher. Because both resistant and can Sunspore. And then we'll just chuck balls, because this thing is 11 levels lower than us. But it can flail to do 1 damage. Let's use up our Great Balls. Do we get in 1? We get in 1. Hell yeah. Alright, first name of the night. Bakle. Just sort of went with what my fucking mind was drawn to in the moment there. And then we repel up again. Alright, I'm gonna double check where we need to go rather than just wandering blindly, because that sounds intelligent, and I enjoy being intelligent on occasion. Oh, I guess we could go to Shoal Cave if we wanted. Okay. Alright, we need to go to a different route. We are not on the right route currently. Yeah, no, unfortunately, the Pokemon anime really did start to get repetitive around Gen 4, I would say, until you hit, like, Gen 6, really? I haven't actually seen that far, but I have heard from, like, what people say that Gen 5 really is distinct and interesting. Well, not Gen 5, Gen 6, rather. And then I know that Gen 7, they did some interesting stuff as well. And then I don't know what the rest of the stuff was like. I just know that those two, like, gens of the anime were really sort of different and unique in a lot of ways. Alright, we are now in the right general area, I believe. Yeah, no, Chinchou is a much more adorable version of what their inspiration is. Alright, now just need to figure out where I'm going. There it is! The other underwater cave. Ba-da-bee-boo-ba. Really? Okay. I haven't seen it, I just know that it's, like, very different. I've seen what the art style looks like, and I know that some people really didn't like it, and other people were actually pretty big fans. So, you know. I feel like I remember hearing that it was a lot more like slice of lifey is sort of like what I've heard it described as. Which, I don't know, I'm a fan of slice of life, but I really need to be in the mood for it, I feel like, which is sort of funny. Anyways, I am just curious to check. Oh yeah, I guess we could pick up Whalmers now that we have the Super Rod, as well as some other options. But I was just curious to see, in the C4 Cavern, it's Zubat. Zubat is what we're getting, unless we fish for a Whalmer in here. Alright, I mean, we can pick up a Zubat. I don't think we have one. Yeah, from what everything I know, the Sun and Moon anime was the drastic, like, tone and animation style change, which I have mixed feelings on. I've really always meant to, like, rewatch my way through the anime all the way up to some of the stuff I hadn't seen, and then watch through it to sort of form my opinion. But, I don't know. I withhold my own opinion until I do. Who knows when that'll be? Anyways, let's see if we can catch this level 32 Zubat. Yeah, no, everything I've heard makes it very much sound like an entirely different show, which, from what I've heard, is especially jarring. Like, this is me entirely just talking about, like, what I've heard, because, like I said, haven't seen it myself, but isn't it, like, a thing of, part of why it was especially jarring is because the, like, XY anime actually was very, like, plot-heavy and had character arcs, and Ash taking on the role of more of, like, this mentor figure who has, like, done all of this training, and then suddenly in the next one he's doing slice of life shit, going to school or whatever. Yeah, no, I feel like they very much could have at that point. I feel like when they did actually, like, retire him, was pretty sort of arbitrary, all things considered. Like, I feel like it was inevitable to happen at some point, but, you know. Anyways, scary. I'm getting Darl out of there. They have paralyzed them. That is all they need to do. Yeah, no, that is always something that gets sort of ridiculous. But, you know. What you gonna do? The show is for a specific audience, and they're gonna keep it for a specific audience forever and be able to repeat the same storylines so that those audiences can get the same storylines, rather than, you know, just doing, like, reruns of shit, which they also did. I don't know. Ba-ba-dee-ba-ba. What to call our Zubat? Paramp. We got Paramp the Zubat. We finally got ourselves a Zubat. Alright, that hurt more than expected. Don't need to heal necessarily. Just gonna repel. Yeah, no, that is very fair. That is very fair. As I have not actually personally played the games, my opinions on the, like, later games probably would vary slightly compared to just, like, my understanding of them from watching other people play them. But I would very much agree that, okay, I just expected him to turn and he didn't. I would very much agree that there is no reason for a Pokemon game, the, like, most popular and lucrative piece of media in the world, to not be, like, high quality and good. But at the same time, I've also lowered my expectations enough already that I feel optimistic about the direction that the games are going, which is such a diplomatic way to say that maybe they'll be good eventually. Like, I watched a playthrough of Legend ZA around the time that it came out, which honestly isn't that long ago. And, I mean, story-wise, I enjoyed plenty of that. I enjoyed how, like, from what I know of the story of Gen 5, it seems like they really sort of followed up on a lot of it, built upon a lot of it, while also adding just a lot of new characters. And, like, one thing you gotta say about Pokemon is, even if I feel like it was, like, everything looked nicer in the sprite style, you can't deny that they do character design well. Like, character designs from Pokemon are always going to be, at the very least, interesting to look at, if not, like, just legitimately good. Yeah, but I very much would agree with you that the older games are where all of my nostalgia and interest really lands. I'm curious always to sort of check in with where the new stuff is, but if I ever feel like playing a Pokemon game, where I end up going is Gens 1 through 4 realistically. We'll see if Gen 5 gets added to that once I play it. But yeah, I very much am sort of an old head for Pokemon as well. Fair warning, I am just sort of wandering through this place until I get to where I need to go. And so far I haven't looped back on myself or hit a dead end, so must be doing something right. Okay, I can either do a puzzle or fight some people. Time to do a puzzle. Yeah, no, very much so, I would agree. Having, just like, based on looking at, you know, the art of the sprites and stuff and the overworld, I do very much think Gen 5 really was sort of the peak of the artistic direction of things. And it's sort of a shame that they left that behind, but at this point, I don't expect them to ever return to it. Have I fucked up? Yes, I have. Alright, time to reset it. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand why they wanted to go 3D. And here's my honest take on the, like, 3D stuff. If they had done it well on the get-go, I don't think it would have been as big an issue. But they didn't, and therefore, it was bad. Which, I don't know. I don't know if that's really the case, but that's sort of where I land on it, because I feel like 3D can be done well for Pokemon. It's just they haven't put the same, like, passion and spark and creativity into the way they model and animate things for, like, the amount of Pokemon and stuff that I feel like they were able to achieve with the 2D art. I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot of character and creativity in stuff, but it's just they clearly don't have the same something that they had. Which, I don't know. Anyways, let me focus on this puzzle for a moment. I always remember this puzzle being a fucking annoying thing to do correctly, despite it being a game for children. Okay, so, if I were to move that. And that, I could move that, which means I could move that, which means I could move that. And that, which means I'm back to where I was before. Meanwhile, if I move that... Yeah, no, that's fair, that's fair. I have actually played a little bit of those remakes, and they were fine. I feel like they do still suffer from a lot of the same issues as, like, the early to mid 3D games, but... yeah, them being on the earlier games baseline does help them. Evidently, unlike the Gen 4 remakes, which I am so disappointed by. Anyways, okay. So... how the fuck do you do this? Buddy be doo boo ba. I'm just repeating my old mistakes, I think. Yeah. Okay, okay. I need to repel again. Oh hey, we have a normal-ass repel. Yeah, and that's why I feel like you need the proper art style for, like, it to really work in 3D, because hyper-realistic is not the angle that I think would be good for Pokemon for a variety of reasons. But at the same time, the way... I don't know, it's a whole thing. It gets into art and style and shit as just an entire concept. Okay, for the sake of just doing something fucking different... Aha, I did it. I figured it out. I used my brain. Oh, bubbly bit ba. I think we might be getting to the end of here. I think that usually, if I remember correctly, that puzzle is the end point of the dungeon, pretty much. Yep. Just making sure. Yeah, okay, we're largely fine. Mrug has an item to give us, though. A Great Ball. Okay, okay, I'll take that. No, we're fine. We're fine. But yeah, no, I very much, I very much have, like, in case you can't tell, I have a lot of opinions about Pokemon, and, like, modern Pokemon, but they're also sort of, like, reserved. I don't know. I really want Pokemon to be good and, like, the series to be good, but I'm not so impassioned over it compared to some people that I'm, like, angry about, like, what is bad about a new game or something. I don't know. Ah, that hurt more than I would appreciate. Anyways, as long as we don't... they have a potion. Yeah, no, I feel like that is something that I would have expected to happen at some point. But I guess not. I guess not. Anyways, thank God they missed a scary face rather than attacking when surviving at 1 HP. But yeah, I feel like the manga really ought to get adapted at some point into some kind of OVA or anime, like you said. Because, I mean, they've done, like, OVA-esque things for the game's story before. What about the manga that actually is, like, a more developed story? Anyways, I'm going to swap Resmex, because Crobat is scary. Wizardo, get in there. Makes sense. We get a free switch, and they get a little bit of healing. Anyways, Rock Slide. Don't love that damage, but we can take another if necessary. That's fair. That's fair. Generally speaking, for me, I'm just not a very angry person, all things considered. I very rarely have very extreme negative feelings, I feel like. Of course, we hit ourselves in confusion. They bite us, which shouldn't kill unless it crits. And surely we don't hit ourselves in confusion again. We do. Okay, don't die, Quizarno. Get out of there, Quizarno. You do not need to be a hero. Let's go, Lebneb. Yeah, I guess I should have leveled some of my Mons just a little bit. But it's fine. Of course they confuse us again. But come on, Lebneb can get out of confusion. Lebneb can go through the confusion. They've done it before. They did it again. Cool, the Crobat is gone. That's scary. The scary gone. Good, yes. Words. Ah, Dragon Dance, it begins! Bada-bee-bee-do-boo. Attack and speed. I forget, is Dragon special? Yeah, Dragon special. Sing is nice, but horrible accuracy. We have Fly and Peck. I would get rid of Fly if we didn't need Fly. I'll get rid of Sing. It hurts me to do, but we really aren't a status team, weirdly enough. We don't have much in the way of statuses. Alright. Sharpedo! Okay, okay. Lebneb can handle this. We can peck. Don't love how much damage that did. Do love that we got out of confusion. Don't love how little damage that did. Maybe I should have healed Darl. El Jimmy, get in there. Yeah, very much Dragon Dance, Earthquake, and, like, Fly are very classic. Oh no, we're taunted. Whatever shall we do? Let's see what Surf does. Yeah, unfortunately, we took a lot of damage against that Crobat, but luckily, Surf just does good damage. So I think we're fine, despite being under-leveled. There we go. One of the scarier fights we've had in a moment, but we handled it fine. In line with the conversation about the old versus new games, the one thing I will say, which I think I said in a previous stream, one of the things that the remakes of Gen 3 did well, in fact better than the earlier, is I much prefer the redesigns for the Team Magma and Aqua characters in the remakes compared to the original, because they have a level of personality, but they, I feel like, are fairly, like, simple or in, like, this initial version. Like, they do their job, they're fine, but their designs are just a lot more interesting, I feel like, in the remakes. I don't know, that might be a hot take, but I don't think it is. I feel like I've heard pretty much a lot of people say that. Which one is Tabitha again? I honestly don't remember. I mainly think of, like, the two leaders and then, like, one or two of the others. But I do not remember their names. Yes, I feel like, in my opinion, remakes-wise, Leaf Green and Fire Red are better than the originals just by the nature of Gen 1 being a barely functioning game in the first place, with some very weird choices. And then Gen 2 remakes are just, like, one of the better sets of Pokemon games in general, regardless of remake. And then from there, the Gen 3 remakes are entirely serviceable. They have their positives, they have their negatives, but they work. They are in fact what they deliver on. A remake of the original games that stands on its own for its own reasons and merits, while not entirely replacing the originals. And then Gen 4's remakes sure do exist. Like, they really do exist, and that's pretty much all I can say about them. I think Platinum is just a better game than the remakes. I haven't played them, I will admit. So, who knows, maybe I'd love them, but just art style-wise, it feels like a downgrade from the sprites, and it doesn't play to the advantages of the 3D, because it's basically just imitating the 2D style in, like, design philosophy, while just being in 3D. And then gameplay-wise, it's just the same as the originals, pretty much, from what I understand. I personally am a very big fan of Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Of the ones I have played, I am of the mind that Heart Gold and Soul... I didn't heal. I am of the mind that Heart Gold and Soul Silver are my favorites in the series. Part of that is because I just didn't play... and I did the wrong thing. I just didn't play Emerald or anything Gen 3 until I was much older, so I have no nostalgia tied to them. I much more have nostalgia tied to Gen 4 and the remakes of Gen 2. And though Gen 2 is far from perfect, it just does a lot of things I appreciate from Pokemon. Yeah, I don't have, like, strong negative feelings about it. Realistically, part of that is probably just clouded nostalgia. But, like, the fact that it has two different entire regions that you can return to the previous one from the previous gen, see how it's changed, and then also just the fact that the story is in many ways effectively a continuation of the Gen 1 story, I really enjoy. And then the fact that, like, the true endgame boss is the protagonist of the previous game, I love that shit. But I will agree they're far from perfect. It's entirely possible that Gen 5 will, like, take my top spot once I play it, or Gen 4 Platinum or something will take it back. It's just, I have weirdly played a lot less of Platinum than Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I've played Platinum as a kid. I played Platinum as a kid, Diamond as a kid. And then, like, once or twice since I've played Platinum. But otherwise, I have not really gone back to Gen 4 much, which sort of surprises me, despite it being my first gen. Alright. Don't remember the exact route to get to where we need to go, but I think I can get there. And hope... I did not expect him to turn then. But hopefully I didn't need to talk to anybody while I was, in town. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is very fair. I would definitely say that Gen 4... Well, not Gen 4. Gen 2, specifically the remakes for me, but Gen 2 is where I've put the most, like, time and attention for Pokemon into. But, you know. Okay. I've heard a lot of people really singing Gen 5's praises. So I've kept my mind open for when I eventually play. But, you know, I in all likelihood, I'll probably still hold Gen 4, and the remakes of Gen 2, which are secretly also Gen 4, to, like, a higher, like, appreciation than Gen 5. But you never know. You never know. Alright, I think we're getting to pretty much where we need to be. Just forget the exact route. Yeah, that knowledge is gonna come in handy, because I do not remember much from Gen 4. I know the broad strokes, I know the plot, and I know, like, some encounter stuff, but for the most part, a lot of Gen 4 has escaped my mind. So, once we get around to that after this run, you might know a lot more than I do. Yeah, once we get to Gen 5, I'm still trying to decide how I want to go about it. Because I'm going to do it as a Nuzlocke. I'm not just going to do a normal run. But because I haven't played before, I don't know how much I want to look into. I'm still sort of like trying to decide that. Because part of me is like, maybe I'll just look up what the level caps are, and like, of what Pokemon's like typings and shit is when they come up. But I don't know, I might not worry about like making myself aware of where I need to go, what I need to do, how I need to do it, and maybe I'll just try to rely more on like what the game fucking tells me. But I don't know, I've been sort of idly thinking about it for a bit. Haven't put too much thought into it though. I love Seal. I'm hoping we can get one in this run, cause I think they show up in Shoal Cave, so we might be able to go back there and get them. Yeah, well, I have a feeling that actually, if I like Gen 5, White and Black 2, I think will be the gen that I like more. I think, well, not gen, the games I like more, because they sound like they do a lot of the stuff that I appreciate from Gen 2. So, I don't know, we'll see when we get there, but the fact that it is a game that is a direct sequel is sort of wild. Where am I going? What am I doing? Right, I was vaguely trying to look up if there's any, like, encounters here to get. Oh, god damn it, did I have to talk to someone? Did I have to talk to someone? Oh yeah, I feel like it's gonna be chaotic, especially if I limit the amount of knowledge I give myself. Which I feel like could be fun. I feel like it could be fun, but very chaotic and dangerous. Like, it probably won't be a one and done, but you never know. I'm excited for it, though. I'm excited to play, eventually, a new Pokemon... Well, not new. A Pokemon game I haven't played before that people enjoy. And after that, I'll probably continue. We'll see. We'll see, because I'll need to see about being able to do 3DS screen capture, and definitely nothing else, which I've never done before. I've only done DS and GBA and stuff like that. Technically, well, for Nintendo products, that's all I've done. Like, in this form, let's just say. But I have done other things. I have actually done some PlayStation stuff, which is wild that that even works, but you know. Alright. This time I will actually get what I aim for and do shit so that I can then do what I was doing before. Hi, Wallace. Yeah, we know. Big scary Pokemon. We need a bigger and scarier Pokemon to tell them shut up. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Alright. Sky Pillar. Now we can go where we need to, and it just took talking to a guy. I don't think there's anything of relevance in here for us to catch. Oh, I guess we can catch a Sableye? Okay, sure. I'll catch a Sableye. Yeah, no, I forgot that the Super Rod was locked behind post-game and stuff, but I I do remember in Diamond the encounter options were certainly something compared to Platinum. I was young enough that I didn't truly process it in a lot of ways, but very much appreciate it to a very much degree. Why am I not being able to catch anything? Why is nothing appearing? Does just nothing appear in this room? Whatever. I'll deal with it on a later occasion if I'm desperate for a Sableye. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it ran out. Anyways, whatever. Not a big deal. I don't think we're going to be using a Sableye anytime soon. And I guess I have nowhere... Well, I guess we can fly to Moss Deep and then just go down from there. I don't think I need to heal. Just double checking. No, I healed. I'm good. Now, time to return to where I went before. Got a little ahead of myself there. Alright. Luckily, should be able to get back pretty quick. Yeah, I am very curious to get back to Gen 4 as well, though, because, as I said, I have not touched them since I was much younger, so I'm actually fairly excited to see how I feel about Platinum as an adult. Where am I? Where am I? Already lost. Oh, I went so far into the corner. God, yeah, I do find it funny how almost every Pokemon game has those random, like, weird-ass places that you can catch something that is either way too powerful for what it has any right to be, or just is, like, a random obscure thing. I always find that sort of funny. Okay, I didn't even know you could turn! They're getting creative with the quick turns. Oh boy, I need to get Darl out of here. You know, Darl is honestly, I think, other than Rug, Darl is our, I think, longest surviving mainstay. Because they were, like, pretty much the very beginning. Which, sort of surprising. They're a solid Mon. Just sort of weird to think about that they're, of our original, like, squad, pretty much the only survivor. Because Mrug is easily an MVP as well, but they're a different they're a different status. We knew they'd be with us. Yeah, no, the whole, like, evolving through beauty thing is so wacky. I feel like Gen 4 is where they really started getting weird with the, like, evolution options for some Pokemon. And it really didn't stop until, I want to say, like, Gen 6 or something like that, but I honestly am not sure. There might be some really weird evolutions for some of the later Mons as well. Okay, we evidently had not fought that guy. Yeah, Mrug gives us pickup and gets us across the world. Just gonna see how Darl handles a Spheal. Pretty well, pretty well. Oh no, hail! Anyways, hail means nothing. Yeah, no, that is a bit of a contrast. Alright, this shark is dangerous and scary and dark and shit. Time to punch it. That works. Alright, that's that. And now let's actually get where we're going. No! How am I running into all these people this time? I avoided them so well before. Yeah, Darl is still very much contributing to the party, which is impressive. Mrug is also contributing. Very much so, just got an item. Yeah, I haven't been great at avoiding people so far. That is something I ought to improve. God damn it. Alright, come on, Resmex, you can get through confusion. I know you can, hell yeah. Anyways, this thing's dying instantly because it's so much lower level. Yeah, no, I really ought to put Resmex in front. I just haven't thought I'd kept, like, I didn't think I would keep running into, just all of these trainers. How much does Swift do? More than I'd hoped, but not enough to be scary yet. Do we one-shot? Yes, we do. Was that the last Mon? Yes, it was. Alright. What does Mrug have for us? An escape rope. Okay, okay. Let's switch Resmex to front. And if we have a potion, I might just give it to him. We do not. Okay. Hopefully we're close enough. Repel has worn off. Hopefully we're close enough that we don't run into anything really too much else. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, I very much was of the mind before I, like, decided to do level cap rare candy stuff for Nuzlocke. I was also very much of the mind of, like, well, if I'm just avoiding all of the trainers, then what is the game? But there is just when I'm replaying a game I've played as many times as I have, and the point of the Nuzlocke is more the, like, actually challenging fights, it is actually quite nice to just have to only deal with the mandatory ones. Yeah, no, that I could see Mrug doing that. Mrug doesn't know better. Mrug just knows to grab things. All right, I believe this right around here should be the entry point. Okay, we have fought that person before. I was fucking terrified for a moment. I think this is it. Yep. Yeah, bit funny to find an escape rope just in the middle of the ocean regardless. Alright, I don't know offhand what is in Sky Pillar. Bada-bee-boo-ba. Sableye, Claydol. That's all that's mattering. Alright, whatever we get is whatever we get. Gonna put Garl back in front. Yeah, no, I very much respect that thought process. As someone who, though I'm not like a true 100% completionist, really, I am the kind of person that when I'm playing through a game, even if it's my first time playing through a game, I really do want to do fucking everything. I want to, like, do all of the optional content, even if it is largely pointless. But, yeah, I don't know. With Pokemon, I've gotten to this point of just playing it, like, enough times, in enough ways, that I've found this to be my most comfortable on replays. Completely respect the, wish to just actually play the entirety of the game, though. We'll never deny that. Anyways, I don't know why I just re-repelled earlier. We have something we could catch here. I guess we'll catch something later if we need to. Hi, Rayquaza. Go break up the angry boys, please. And then we fly back. God, yeah, I never went that far. That, like, that's the kind of stuff where I don't I don't feel that level of urge. Like, I'd say where my level of wish to complete a game is to use Pokemon as a basis is I would, if I was, like, doing a proper full playthrough of it, I would want to do all of the base game, all of the post game, explore all the routes and areas, do any, like, plot lines I can. I'm less concerned about catching every single Pokemon. Let alone every single permutation. Which, I don't know, is sort of weird. I feel like in other games I'm a little bit more completionist-y, but I've never been a massive, like, collect-a-thon-ish person, like, if that makes any sense. I'm not the kind of person to be like, ooh, I have 500 bugs to collect, I'm gonna collect them all for no benefit. Alright. And it's at this point that Team Aqua and Magma just say, yeah, okay, we're done with crime. Okay, I should actually sort of pay attention to who I'm talking to, I guess. Yeah, no, that is always annoying. I remember having a similar feeling. Alright, we've done it. We've saved the day. The plot is over. Time for just our gym battles. I do find it funny that pretty much Gen 3 onward, like, all of the games share a pretty similar structure of storyline, but I find it very funny that Gen 3 onward proceeds to escalate the threat of and stakes of everything to the point that it becomes sort of ridiculous that it's like, we've saved the world from literally imploding for one reason or another. Anyways, time for my little contest. Yeah, as a kid, and if I'm, like, doing non-Nuzlocke gameplay or anything like that, that's very much the mind I am with Pokemon. Not truly completionist, but I'll catch anything that I run into that I don't have. Alright. Now it's time to be serious. It's time to plan our battle with, the 8th gym leader, with Hoenn. So, first off, level cap 46. All of his Pokemon are water type, but all but one of them are dual type. So, realistically, yeah, the Emerald team design is really solid. I feel like it's one of the more solid sets of teams for, like, gyms and stuff. Okay. Well, so realistically, we're going up against mostly water types. Everyone is a water type in this. It's just some of them are, like, other things. So, flying is good. Grass is good. Electricity should be good. Unless I'm fucking misremembering massively. Yeah, no, electric grass. I guess it's just electric grass. I don't know why I thought flying was good against water. Yeah, Darl can stick in the group because Whiscash is gonna die. But realistically, I could bring Baikel because they have electricity for, you know, water types, while also being water type themselves. And then, similarly, I could bring Borpimbus. Yeah, no, Darl's gonna do work here, I think. Darl will be a bit of an MVP, I'm pretty sure. But let's get some other people out. Quasarno has always been good for us, but I don't know how good they'll be here. Yeah, Quasarno is not being part of this battle. Realistically, can we Super Rod a Wailmer in Pseutopolis? If not, we could go somewhere else and pick up a Wailmer just to have another water type. No, but we could get a Magikarp. But we could go other places for a Wailmer if we wanted an extra thing. Realistically, we should be fine, I think. Let's see what our current team looks like. We got Darl, who's going to be a pretty big MVP. Lebneb isn't a specific help, so they could get swapped. Or Pimbus is grass-water, so, like, defensively and offensively good. Razmex is good. Baikel is good. Aljimmy sure is there. Well, okay. Yeah, I feel like bringing our Oddish Plumpet will be a good option. Let's swap out Jimmy, I guess. I guess now just the question is, are we missing anything? Because Kingdra, oh, that's what Lebneb is for. Kingdra is going to be a Lebneb-Kingdra standoff, I guess. Oh, there's a Sunstone in Mossdeep? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, so it'll be a quick draw on that front, I guess. How fast is Kingdra? 85, okay. I'm just curious to see what a quick draw scenario with Lebneb versus Kingdra looks like. Okay, Lebneb baseline is slower, unfortunately. That's rough. So, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, in which case, that's that. We have an answer for Skarmory. Because, you know, electric. Pelipper explodes the moment that any electric type hits him. Wait, no, I am looking at the wrong team. Oops. What am I doing? Happened to come across a water type in the mix. Yeah, no, so... Looking at the correct team now. Crawdaunt, we have several answers for. Celio, several answers. Whiscash, gonna get obliterated the moment a grass type hits them. Love Disc, we have options. And Kingdra is really the one that we are, like, scared of to a degree. But Lebneb surely can do something. Surely Lebneb won't just get outsped and die. Alright, let's get the team together and grab that Sunstone, I guess. Yeah, no, I very much agree with you that it tends to be a weird smorgasbord of stuff that I associate different Pokemon with, media-wise. Sometimes it'll be the anime, sometimes it'll be the games. Mainly those two for me, but I very much can see how the manga blends into that. Alright, Mind Reader. I forget what that does. Alright, and level cap is 46. I feel like our current moveset is pretty good. I don't need Mind Reader. Alright, that's Darl at level. Refresh. That's pretty nice. Huh. Nah. Okay, Lebneb is at level. Now for Pimbus, one of the ones that's gonna take a while. I don't need Fury Swipes! Da-da-da-da. Water sport? Okay. Hopefully they learn a water move. Well, actually, we could just teach them Swerve. Thief. Or Pimbus had a weird moveset. I mean, sure. Alright, 6 more levels on them. Uproar. I don't think we need Uproar. Alright, that's for Pimbus. We're gonna be running out of rare candies pretty soon. I ought to restock. Thunder! Hell yeah. Don't love the accuracy, but I'll take it. Alright, that's level. Confuse Ray. Just a better version of Supersonic. Oh, Vikel evolves. Yeah, no, Love Disc, realistically, we can counter pretty decently, all things considered. We should be faster. A good Thunder hit should just take him out or something like that. And yeah, I feel like realistically we're gonna be fine. Just, you never know. As always, things can go horribly. We can miss every attack, they can crit every attack. Alright, luckily we have enough rare candies for this go. I think we don't need takedown. I don't think we have a wide lens, at least I don't remember getting one. I don't know where I would get it as well. I don't know where to find that in Gen 3. If either of you, like any of the people watching here, know, then let me know if I can. But I don't think we do. I can double check. Would be a very good thing to get before Elite 4 if we bring somebody with Thunder or something similarly low accuracy. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Gen 3 or not. I know you could get it in Heart Gold Soul Silver, so I wasn't sure if that was a Gen 2 thing or a implemented into Gen 4 thing. Acid, nice, nice. I'm gonna get rid of Stun Spore because we already have Stun Spore on someone else. Alright. Nearly there. And then we'll just real quick pop by Moss Deep or whatever it's called. Ooh, Moonlight is nice. Just straight up healing. I'm gonna drop Poison? No, I'm gonna drop Sleep Powder, actually. I always debate between those two. Alright, Petal Dance. Nah. Would love a better Grass-type move on Clumpet, but Petal Dance isn't really my vibe. Okay. Let us fly on over. Oh, I guess that's a good point. I could have got rid of Acid. I just kept it because I was thinking it's Stab. Oh well. Yeah, no, that is very fair. And that's sorta what I was thinking going into this, given that Plumpet really isn't a mainstay of ours in any way. Alright, which guy did you said has it? Oh no, our Repel wore off. I guess I could just start talking to people and find out myself. Because you said it was, in the actual, like, space station place, right? I'm not just making that up? Yep, very much. You really did have to talk to fucking everybody and just, like, explore every single nook and cranny. There it is. Right at the door. To be able to learn everything that is in the game for so many RPGs. It truly has instilled, like, if I don't immediately figure out where I need to go, just slam your face into some, like, random people. Alright, and we should be unharmed, yep. Let's use that sunstone. Ba 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 ba. What? Clumphead evolves when you put the rock that evolves them into their hand? I would have never guessed. Alright. Yeah, I love the design. I love Blossom's design. Haven't used a Blossom much. Mostly because usually when I'm using the Oddish line, it's before the gens that you could easily get a Sunstone. Oh. Well, that changes things. I need to teach Surf to someone. And I'm realizing it doesn't actually change much because we have a water type in the party that I was meaning to teach Surf to anyways. We're fine. I should also probably teach it to Michael, all things considered. I don't think I need Nature Power. Fake Out is useful, Thief is good type coverage. And I don't know what the, like, circumstance of Nature Power is for poor Pimbus. What? It's not in Sun and Moon? What? That is ridiculous. I think I get rid of Water Gun. Alright. I think we are good now. Yeah, no, that is a good point. Unfortunately, we'd have to get into TMs, and I don't know if I want to use a TM on poor Pimbus. And also, I haven't picked up a Grass-type TM yet. Alright, let's make sure we have the right person in front. For the Love Disc, realistically, most of our team works. So I guess let's go with who hits fast, hard, and covers the most ground for later Mons. Would obliterate Wizcash. Can hurt Celio. Can hurt Crawdon. And is neutral on Kingdra. So, honestly, Darl is a pretty solid opener. Yeah, if we're bringing a Grass type into the Elite Four, it is going to be our boy Darl. Anyways, time to see if I can complete the puzzle for children without failing. Doing good so far. Alright, I've done it. I've completed the puzzle for children. We're on level. We're set up. Darl's in front. Yeah, I've often been gone by that last one, but that's why I took a moment to look at it. Let's see if we can get another gym badge with no casualties. Anyways, because I said that, we're probably gonna lose like half the team. We don't have a strategy that is as just objectively winning as last gym, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, Mega Drain. It outspeeds, but it just water pulsed. Okay. I'll take it. Oh, but it confused us! God damn it. Come on, Darl, you can get through the confusion. Yeah! Alright, might pivot just to get rid of the confusion. But let's see how another one goes. Yeah, it's just water pulsing. It's not gonna kill us anytime soon. It's trusting that the confusion is gonna fuck us up, but... yeah, maybe it might. It does hurt a lot more. I believe, though. Of course, attract. Yeah, I know they're a purely physical attacker, but realistically in this case, the super effective stab move is realistically enough. Yeah, I should make sure I have the move list up. I had it up a moment ago. Yeah, okay. Good to double check that so I'm not surprised by anything. Okay, immediately with the Celio, which... realistically, we can just punch. And we outspeed. I know it has an Ice-type move, which is sort of scary, but I think we can tank one. Jesus Christ, okay, we could tank one, but only one. Alright, Darl, you've done your job, I guess. Let's go to Baikel. Let's see how an Aurora Beam does to Baikel. We're fine. Buddy, boo, bark. Okay, a random crit. Cool, 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 cool. Good to know that Baikel knows the strategy despite being new to the team. Alright, now it's the Whiscash, which, of course, is the one that we need a grass type for. So, that is why we have Porpimbus. Yeah, but luckily we have Porpimbus. May only have Absorb, but Quad Weak Stab, 5 levels higher, should help. Oh, I guess I could have faked out. I forgot I had fake out. Yeah, okay, not as much damage as I would hope, but let's give Porpimbus their uses, like their vague usefulness. Yeah, I would love to do more damage than this, given that it's probably gonna Earthquake pretty... yeah. How much does this do to Porpimbus? Not enough to scare me. We can take another one of those before swapping. And we have Rain Dish, so the rain is helping us. Might be able... God, that was such a low roll. But because of the Rain Dish, I think we can maybe tank 2. Yeah, we totally can take 2. Yeah, between Absorb and Rain Dish, Porpimbus can stall pretty well here. That's a little better. Probably gonna heal, but better to waste the heals than not. Okay, that obviously was a higher roll. The rain has stopped, that's not good. I think we can take one more, but they're also gonna heal right now, so... we can get 2 hits in, realistically, before swapping. Oh, anyways, we can just always crit. That is a good point, that with the Rain Surf would have been good. Yeah, he only does have 10 Earthquakes, but that crit Absorb really sort of meant that Porpimbus is fine. Assuming they don't crit. Crits keep winning us the game. Believe it or not, when you crit, you just win. Alright, if they have another heal and are willing to use it, they will. Well, actually, no, they probably are just going to die before that because we outspeed. Alright, we're back down to the yellow. We're not going to get a ton from this because of how low health they are, but Porpimbus has served their purpose. Good old luck of the draw. Critting is the best strategy. Yeah, I will not deny I am not the most intelligent player of Pokemon, but it's been working. Alright, Crawdaunt, you say? Alright. We have plenty of options here. We're 3 levels higher. What moves do they have? Just water, so we should be able to take a hit. Let's see what an absorb does. Not great, but we can definitely tank a hit. Assess damage output a little. Oh, we're fine. Just to compare, I'm curious what a surf does. Not like a ton, but not horrible. Yeah, that is the rough difference between these two, but absorb stalls, so. It's a silly tactic, especially because we're using normal absorb, but it works. Yeah, no, that is fair. Our good luck can always become bad luck. They can always learn the strategy of critting, but hey, I'm gonna fucking be the character in the legend. I'm gonna be Achilles. Until I get hit, I'm not dying. Yeah, realistically, even a crit shouldn't kill us right now, though. Especially with how much health we're getting back. It's just not doing enough to hurt us. Okay, so that's what a crit does. That's what a crit does. Unless it just gets like 3 in a row, we should be fine. Even bad luck can't stop Porpimbus. Though I am getting worried because I do have one idea of what can stop Porpimbus, and it's called running out of absorbs. Either way, though, Porpimbus is doing a good job of wasting just all of the healing items. Alright. I think 2 more should do it, unless we crit. Yeah, just barely not enough on the one. Yeah, this is a fairly unexciting way of doing this, but if it works, means nobody's dying. Yeah, we sort of have played lame win game in this run so far, but it's fine. Okay, so realistically, Kindra gonna double check their moveset and such. Because Grass isn't super effective against them, Surf is probably just our better option all in all. They have Ice Beam. They have Rest. They have Water Pulse. Okay. In that case, I think we can tank an Ice Beam. So let's see what a Surf does. And they can also just double team. Oh no. I forgot they had double team. Wasn't paying attention to the one other move on their list. Yeah, fair. But unfortunately, it seems that we are being punished for our crimes, for our sins, and they are now stalling us. Jesus Christ, okay, that was a crit. Good to know. Okay. Who, if anyone, has a guaranteed hit move? No one. Okay. Oh, the music's glitching again? Okay. Luckily, it hasn't happened prior to now, but it should fix itself in a moment. Yeah, Lebdeb is not going in if they are wanting to do Ice Beam. That is just not gonna happen. Realistically, it's also why Clumpette won't go in. I think it might be Baikel. Baikel's gonna have to do their best. Yeah, though it fixes itself very quickly audio-wise, another crit? Jesus Christ, well, that gives us a sense of things. I'm tempted to confuse Ray, but nah. Another double team, gross. But though it fixes itself very quickly, I really do need to see if I can figure out how to fix that, because it does really annoy me. Yo, we get the paralysis? And we hit again? Okay, Baikel, okay. With a crit? Baikel MVP? Okay. Okay, of course we missed the next one. And they rest. God damn it, they get rid of all of our progress. But hey, they're asleep now. But oh hey, they have a berry, so no they're not. God damn Gen 3 having good, like, team setups. Yeah, it's fine, we're fine, we're fine. I'm saying we're fine, so we're fine. Also, here's the thing. Oh my god, we're frozen. Oh no! Oh boy. Anyways, Ice Beam only has 10 PP. Eventually it will run out. Okay. We have enough health to survive another hit, so I'm gonna... Okay, they can always just double team them. I was gonna say I'm gonna try to stall them out to use up their Ice Beams. Yeah, unfortunately double team is a fucking bitch. Anyways, don't crit, please. Thank you. Alright. Is it his last Pokemon? Did we see all of his others? Yeah, I guess we did. I guess we did. So yeah, this is all he has. So once he's out of Ice Beams, Lebneb can clean up. Come on, Resmex. You can stall a little bit. I mean, he's already done most of his double teams. Don't love how much that does. Anyways, if our chance to hit is low already, might as well Thunder and hit despite all of that. That can always work. Okay, I think they might be max on double teams now. Okay, we don't hit double Thunders. Oh, but of course they rest again. But hey, they don't have another berry, so they are just asleep now. Surely we'll hit a Thunder before they wake up. Yeah, I haven't been keeping track of how many Ice Beams he's used, but it has to be at like 5 or 6 at this point. There we go. Another Thunder. Shouldn't kill unless we crit. But will put him to the point where he needs to fucking die. Don't freeze us, please, and don't kill. Okay, Resmex is fine. They're fine. Okay, now this is to the scary part where I'm so sorry, Clumpette. You are death fodder. Come on, Clumpette. Oh, are they out of Ice Beams? I guess we'll find out very soon. Let's poison powder this guy. No, they are not. Doesn't one-shot Clumpette. And we get the poison powder off. So they will die eventually. Alright. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna Moonlight. Okay, they're not out of Ice Beams. I was being bold, thinking they might be out of ice beams, but not quite. I'm sorry, Clumpet, you were not with us long. You did your duty. Okay. Do we think it is out of rests? It hasn't... Well, not out of ice beams. Because I think it's done, like, at least 7 or 8. And if we send anyone else in, they probably die. Yeah, I wasn't counting either, so that... Realistically, I think they have 1 or 2 or none. Yeah, I could sack Porpimbus or something. I don't love sacking, but come on, Porpimbus. You have a duty to perform. Alright. Let's fake out. We miss, of course. They were not out of ice beams. Good to know. They didn't rest, though, which is surprising. I'm sorry, Porpimbus. I didn't want to do that to you. Poison will eventually take it down. I think Lebneb can take a singular ice beam if they have one more. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna fly. Okay, it rests. God damn it. I mean, it is asleep now, but it's not poisoned anymore, and we can't reapply poison. Of course we miss. Ugh. If we just hit a Dragon Breath. Like that, like that, like that. And if we just crit one, perhaps? No, okay. But we just need one more, and they're still asleep. Never mind. They didn't use Ice Beam, though. I think they might be out. I think they're out. Okay. In which case, if they're out of Ice Beams, we've got this. I think they're out of Ice Beams. Thank God. Yeah, the fly was a poor choice. But at this point, as long as we don't just miss like 10 in a row, or they don't just like crit 3 times, we should have this in the bag. Because we will just kill on another hit unless we massively low roll or something. There we go. This should be the end. This should be it. Okay, we massively low rolled. Well, we got the paralysis off. Anyways, they're probably going to rest. Or we can just outspeed and kill because of the paralysis. Hell yeah, Levneb, cleaning it up. New bringing Levneb along was an alright choice. I won't call it a good choice, an alright choice. Oh boy, okay, we did it. Not as clean as the previous gym runs, but I'll take it, I'll take it. We only lost some intentional fodder, which is sad, but it's alright. Now we have Waterfall. Or at least can use Waterfall, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, victim of luck. The double teaming is really what fucked us up, because if we could just more consistently hit, we would have been fine. But yeah, now at this point, I don't think there's anything standing between us and the Elite Four other than, you know, Victory Road itself. Which is sort of crazy. Obviously, we have, like, a Wally fight or something like that before then, but I don't expect that to be as big an issue. But we should put those who have died to rest and double-check our next level cap. Alright, our next level cap is 49. Not much of an increase. Honestly, I am pretty happy with the relatively minimal amount of deaths in this run. We only lost Plumpette and Porpimbus in that, and we've only lost 3 since, like, prior. Yeah, no, not really. Not really. It really, to me, is much more... It feels like the vibe that May/Brendan, depending on who you pick, plus Wally collectively add up to roughly one whole rival, is sort of the vibe I get off of it. But yeah, you really only fight Wally, I think, twice. Once when he's basically not a capable trainer, and once again in Victory Road, though I might actually... I think you do, but I might be mixing that up with the remakes, because I know the remakes make him more of a character. Alright. Anyways, though, before we continue, I am going to continue a little bit longer. I'm going to real quick go to the bathroom and get some water. I suggest you all do the same, maybe get a snack, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, let's get back to it. Realistically, I don't intend to go too much longer. I'm just a bit low energy, honestly. But I think if we can get to pretty much through Victory Road to the Elite Four, that is sort of my ideal endpoint, I would say. Because then I can, between this stream and next, just fully set up for the Elite Four. Anyways, time to fuck up El Jimmy's moveset even more. Who needs barrier? Yeah, because though part of me would be tempted to do Elite Four if I was higher energy, realistically, having the time between streams to really prep and set everything up and plan does make it just a lot, like, nicer. Alright. What? Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Scott is such a weird, random character to me, and wild that it's just canon that beating May makes her cry. Okay. Cool. I forgot to repel. Yeah, realistically, between now and next time, I'll probably pick up stuff, a few, like, random encounters and stuff that I haven't picked up so that we're ready for the Elite Four. Realistically, though, having glanced just real quick at the Elite Four, I think we realistically have a lot of what we need, because we're dealing with Ice, Dragon, Dark, and Ghost prior to Wallace. Which, I mean, all of those are things that we in many ways have answers to. Really, the main one that we need something for is Dragon. But if I pick up a Spheal or teach somebody Ice Beam, that'll do it. That'll do it. Anyways, making sure I am going the right way. Yeah, okay, I forget the exact routing through some of this area. Hence the title of the stream. Gonna put Resman. That was not the person I was trying to swap. Gonna put Resmex in front in case we do run into a trainer. Realistically, there should be a point somewhere here to get along this way. I think I found it. Alright, and I preemptively taught Waterfall, so we should be good to just go straight away once we get to here. Yeah, no, those guys are fucking wacky. I've seen them before, and I am so confused by them. Alright, let's waterfall our way up. Honestly, it was easier to get here than I thought. Wait, there's actually a Pokemon Center here. Gonna just sort of come inside real quick. No need to heal, though. Yeah, fair. I feel like the most recent games, like Scarlet Violet and Legend ZA, the style they've sort of swapped to there, I feel like, is a little bit better. But I can understand the, like, Sword and Shield style being weird. Alright. We, realistically, are going to be catching something here. What does Victory Road have in store for us? Just want to make sure I'm not wasting my time in case there isn't actually anything. Okay, we could get ourselves a Hariyama, a Loudred, a Makahita, Lairon, Aron, Whimsir. Okay, Whismur, rather. That can work. Also, if we go deeper, it could be a Metatite / Metacham. Okay, okay. We also could get a Mawile later on, potentially. I'm not gonna manipulate it. I'm just gonna go with that. God, yeah. No, I am aware of that fight, so I will not get caught off guard if we do post-game. But I do find that insane that you can just go, yo, my boy! It's my boy! It's also good to have a steel type, just like in general. Ooh, this makes me happy. Please let me catch this guy. Ooh boy, I've mentioned it before. It might have been last stream, might have been sooner. But I have some very fond childhood memories of the Aron, Lyron, Agron line. I've never really used them much, because just the nature of I haven't played Emerald as much as some of the other games. But I really enjoy them. Damn, immediately break free. Yeah, her music is insane. I am a big Cynthia fan, all things considered. Alright, come on, Lyron, get in the ball. You can do it. You know you wanna. Cool. Hell yeah. We got the boy! I don't know if I'll ever use him, but I'm just happy we got him. A bunga. We got a bunga, guys. Alright, immediately repelling. I am happy with that. Yeah, I love the sprite in this gen. It's... I just like him. Very rarely do I actually have, like, a Pokemon that I have, like, that level of favoritism towards. But in this case, yeah, I do. Alright, I'm gonna throw El Jimmy out in front, actually. Oh, I forgot to repel. Or, no I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. El Jimmy is just too low level. I'm going to throw some levels El Jimmy's way so that we don't have to deal with random encounters. Yeah, no, Cynthia is great. I'm excited to fight her and stuff. I very much... Because Gen 4 was my, like, first gen of Pokemon. Oh, we're to the Wally fight. I did not realize it was this early. Okay, hopefully we're ready. Oh, alright. What level does Wally's team go to? He has 5 Pokemon. Level 44 Altaria? Okay. I was not ready for this. Okay, the highest he goes is 45. Okay. Okay. So. Altaria. Let's see. God, I wish I had ice. But I think if I just chuck a rock at it, we should largely be fine. God, I'm annoyed that Darl is not full health. Don't love the Dragon Dance. Hopefully the Rock Slide can kill. I didn't realize Quasarno is this much lower level. Oh no. How much does a Dragon Breath do? More than I would hope. Less than I would fear. Okay, that's good. That's good. Just hit another one and preferably high roll. Alright, the Altaria is gone. The Dragon Dance was not anything. Let's keep chucking rocks, preferably. Roselia, okay. I mean, I could fire spin. No, no, no. Against Roselia, realistically, just Infusion. And you get something better on Quasarno. Ugh, that does much less damage than I would hope. And that's Toxic. I don't like that. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna set up a Fire Spin. And then I'm going to... Oh god, Giga Drain. No! Why was I not thinking that the grass type would have a grass move? God fucking damn it! Oh, I'm angry about that one. Mainly at myself, honestly. God fucking damn it. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by that. Alright. Against his remaining Pokemon... Guess I could bring in... Let's just do Jimmy, I guess. We lost a pillar today. We lost a pillar. Alright. I'm gonna Surf, see what it does. Realistically, it's not the best option because Grass... Honestly, this was a dumb choice. I don't know why I sent Jimmy in. Oh, we got Liquid Ooze, so fuck you, Roselia. I'm gonna be bold, I'm gonna be brave. Oh god, yeah. Alright, how much does a Magical Leaf do? Not that much. That's good. That's good. Kill yourself via my fucking ooze. Not quite enough. Alright. Of course they potion. And of course it's a full restore. I don't know why I sent Jimmy in, but at least we're tanking. At least we actually have the counter to the Leech Seed. Truly the tragedy of Darth Quaz the Wise is what occurred today. Alright, gonna need to swap out Jimmy soon, but should be able to get the kill here. And then we can pivot accordingly. Yeah, definitely I knew. Oh god, I forgot that that would trigger still. 6 HP in a dream! Okay. What is our best option against Gardevoir? Scary, scary! If we had somebody with Ghost, Bug, or Dark, that'd be the answer. But I don't think Mrug has any of those. Nope. Not sending Darl in, that's... Oh! Resmex. Resmex, our savior. Come on, don't get one-shot by something. Don't love the Future Sight. We bite, see how much it does. That's enough. That's enough. Don't love the double team. We hit the bite through the double team. Not enough to kill. They Psychic, how much does that do? Jesus Christ. And now we take the Future Sight, Resmex is dead. God damn it. I'm sending Mrug in. I didn't expect the Psychic to do that much damage. Another Future Sight, of course. We missed the Strength. How much does this Psychic do? Not enough to kill, and we get the Strength. Mrug, you get to live. Oh, but the Future Sight is next turn. Oh, no. Yeah, I forget who had it. Alright, hi, Delcatty. Yeah, it's called I didn't realize Wally was this early and didn't level my Pokemon. And also just didn't bring a team for Wally. Okay, whoever I pivot to is gonna get hit hard. Because Future Sight. This is annoying and painful. I do not dare... Okay, we have his Ace gone. We have his Ace gone. His Ace is gone. All he has is Delcatty and Magneton. Surely Lebnev doesn't die here. Okay, that does basically nothing. How much does the Future Sight do? More than I would hope. More than I would hope. Neither of our, like, none of our damaging moves are specifically more powerful. Is Delcatty more physical or special? Realistically, it doesn't matter that much, but I'm getting desperate. Less special defensive. So its special defense would be the way to go there. And just double checking our Altaria equal realistically. Gonna double check our actual personal Altaria though. Just a little more special attack than attack. Okay, special attack is just the way to go. We outspeed. We're 3 levels higher. Not a one-shot. Oh, that's annoying. That Sing is really annoying. Well, Lebneb isn't going to be used for the electric type. So, we're fine on that front, I guess. Let's see if we can just endure and wake up quickly. He was toxic and it failed. Okay, we'll take that. When the fuck are you waking up, Lebnet? Finally. And we just need one more of those. We got the paralysis, so we're gonna outspeed. They have a fucking other... They have a second full restore! We hit the paralysis again! Okay. I'm being brave. I'm being brave. Surely we take one more. We do! Surely they don't have 3. They don't have 3. They don't have 3. They never have 3. Okay. Hi, Magneton. Surely Darl tanks. How much does this do? We have 5 more levels. Why did they crit? Why did they have to crit? We probably could have had that fine if they didn't crit. Worrying. Okay. This. This is fucking the Achilles moment. This is the Achilles moment. You were. Do we think a Mach Punch kills and or a non-crit doesn't one-shot? This is our best. This is our best. Do we even outspeed? Do we even outspeed? Do we even outspeed? Base of 70 on Magneton. Base of 70 on Darl, okay. Yeah, the issue is we have no one to pivot to. This is one of our only chances. The crit! Darl with the crit! Oh my god! Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Ooh. Yes! Yes! Why is that one of the most tense battles I've done in a while? Oh my god! I honestly don't think Darl would have survived without that crit. I don't think they would have. Oh, fuck you, Wally. I used to like you, but now fuck you. Yeah, I've never had a Wally battle go that poorly. I've never had one go that poorly, and it is entirely because I do not have a team in any way ready for him. God. Okay, so Quasarno... Resbex was a good part of the team, but Quasarno is the one who hurts the most. Because we really don't have someone who fills the same slot. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Wally and his team. Well, with specifically him having a Gardevoir. I'm a Gardevoir fan. But, god damn. We only lost 2. Honestly, I expected us to lose a lot more. Yeah, Quaz was the underdog we never expected to be part of the party. And was the MVP for so much. And could have come with us to the Elite Four, honestly. But Wally took that. Wally took that. God, got a little overexcited there at the end, I think. Oh my god. That's fair. I respect that. I respect Gardevoir as a top pick. It is absolutely up there for me. I don't know if I could confidently say what my favorite Pokemon is, but Gardevoir is absolutely up there. Oh. Darl lives. That's the takeaway here, though. Darl lives. And is probably going to go to the Elite Four with us, because Grass and Fighting are good against this Elite Four. Okay. I could bring a Bunga. You know, just for the sake of not having to massively level someone right now. Sure. Well, why not? Let's bring Morant as well. It's the fill-in team, but it works. Yeah, maybe I ought to, like, conceive of what a top 10 would look like for me at some point. I would struggle to actually, like, put it in any given order. But I could maybe figure out what my top 10 just ambiguously are. Don't think I could do it off the dome, though. I'd have to look at the list of Pokemon. Because though I, like, could figure out every Pokemon that I, like, am familiar with pretty easily. Well, not easily. Pretty capably. It would take a long time and a lot of effort. Oh, Wally, why are you still here? Why are you still here, Wally? I think you caught up with me fine. Alright, what the fuck are you here for? All semblance of nicety is gone from my soul. That's a good point. Hariyama is a solid one. We haven't caught a Hariyama yet. Maybe there's a route that we can catch one that I haven't done yet, but not that I know of. Okay, this is not a great lineup. I should have brought a fire type or something. I'll just bring in the Lebneb, I guess. Oh, it is? Oh my god, you're right. I just haven't used them, so I completely forgot about them. Thank you for being more observant than me. Oh boy. I am here to be the funny entertainer man who does all the sounds and shit. Though I could stand to be a bit more observant, Okay. Gonna kill the Roselia and immediately pivot, because Deadly Poison is scary. I sure do hope the Elite Four isn't nearly as scary as the Wally fight just now was. Anyways, do I have an antidote? Presumably I have a berry at the very least. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to use it. There we go. Yeah, I really did forget about it. My bad, my bad. Oh god, I forgot part of Victory Road is dark. Let me pull up the map. Okay, so we just went there. So, based on where that is, we should be there. Which means we can just go down. Okay, we gotta deal with the darkness strength puzzle, so we gotta go around. Okay, I think we can push this one without issue. Yeah, no, I am very stubborn when it comes to Flash. I basically never teach it to someone. For the sake of light. Okay, we can go down from here, get to there. Then, let's see, if we go that way, we hit that ladder, which goes deeper. Do we need to go deeper? What does the other pathway do? That's a way up. Okay. Presumably to there, which is a dead end. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we do need to go down. Because there's nowhere else to go. So, we can just follow that. It's honestly a good thing Rug didn't die, because it means we don't have to carry around their corpse to get through this place. We go down this. Okay, that's unavoidable. Alright. I knew we would hit someone. Yeah, no, I remember that too. Alright, the fish and the bird. Not the best combo. Man, I wish I had a lightning type right now. I guess I could have brought one, but oh well. What's even our best flying type answer right now? Do we have one? I just sort of randomly grabbed a couple guys. I guess I could check what a bunga is. Well, don't forget about Darl. Darl's been around for a while. Of course, the rock Pokemon has no rock moves. Of course. But at the very least, they're not weak to flying. I can't believe that's the point we're at. I'm gonna send... I'll send Lebneb in, I guess. Yeah, Darl has never left, and Darl will never leave. They're coming to the Elite Four with us in all likelihood. Let's go for a Dragon Breath. See how that does. Don't you fucking double team me. I've had enough of that. Okay. If we just hit another, we're fine. That's a good point. I should check if Rockhead is the ability of our boy. What else you got? A Mawile? Okay. I don't think we have, like, a specific strong answer to Mawile. Oh, Dragon is not good against Steel, duh. Luckily, we can tank some hits. Yeah, no, actually, Lebneb does not have good answers here. So, I'm going to pivot, especially after that special defense draw. What would go well against Mawile? Yeah, no, I really should have brought, Nummel back into the party. Bogabool. Would have been a good idea. Oh well. I'm trying to play these fights safe after the Wally situation. Yeah, we don't have any fire. We do have fighting. What am I doing? Darl, get out there. Punch this thing. There we go. A Kadabra, you say? Darl, get out of there. Morant, get in there. This is why I brought you to an extent. Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon like that for me. I love Mawile too, but there are so many Pokemon that are really cool in vibe, but then just aren't good. Okay, it has pressure now. Cool. Anyways, it's dead. And I think that was the last? Yeah, okay. Fucking $2,000. Okay, Lebneb's really the only one who got hurt in that. Do I have any healing items? Other than berries. I guess it's just berries. Which is sort of ridiculous, and I don't think I want to waste that, really. Worst case scenario, I escape rope out of here. Alright, so we're right there. We're on our way down. We hit the bottom. We hit the wall. Okay, we're there. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, so we should be here now, which, going across that way, there's a lot of ways to get to the same place. So that goes to there, and that goes to there. Barely a difference, okay. So I'll just try for the shortest route possible, which evidently has a trainer on it. I wonder if I went on the bridges there'd be nobody. I sort of doubt it, though. Yeah, Mega Evolutions are something I really enjoy the vibe of, but just have never been able to personally play around with. Just because, you know, I haven't played any of the games they're from. Well, no, that's wrong. I did play the remakes of Gen 3 a little bit. That's the one time I have. It's an interesting concept. I wouldn't say it's the most balanced, necessarily, but I enjoyed the concept. It's all pretty consistent. Outside of Legend ZA, which just added more, Mega Evolutions were only in X and Y's, like the gen for that. So the remakes of Gen 3, X and Y, obviously. And then Gen 7, so Alola region and stuff, had Z moves instead, I believe. I could be getting this wrong because I haven't played these games. And then Gen 8 had Alola forms. What? Not Alola. But there was also Alolan forms in Sun and Moon, actually. And then just sort of forms was what it was after that. But Gigantamaxing was the vibe for Gen 8. Alright, anyways, a grass flyer, you say? I don't know what specifically our best option is against them. If Lebneb was healthier, I'd put Lebneb in. If a Bunga had a Rock-type move, I'd put them in. Oh, I didn't realize they were in the postgame of Alola. Okay, interesting. I mean, Morant just sort of can function. Sure? I guess? I'll let a Bunga have some time in the sun. I've never really done anything with Horde encounters before. I don't think they've been in many of the games I've played. So I don't really know much about them. That does enough damage. That's fine. And with the defense down. Oh, but the magical leaf. I honestly forgot about the whole grass part. I tunnel vision really hard sometimes, but oh hey, you can always just crit. It's what I've been saying this entire run. The best strategy is just crit. Hell, Jimmy wants to learn Screech. Nah, don't need to. That is a good question. I'm gonna really sort of try to figure out the team and where TMs go between this stream and next. Because realistically, I gotta pick up some encounters and stuff still. But it very easily... Actually, I don't think I even need to teach it if we bring Bagabool, who is our Nummel, because I think they already know it. But if I bring someone else that can learn Earthquake, I'll have to teach it to them. Yeah. No, that's fair, that's fair. Alright, where am I? There I am. Also making sure whoever's in front is not dying. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, Altaria is a very good option, that is true. Probably will, if somebody else doesn't need it more, I'll probably give it to Altaria. There he is, I don't know why I'm stopping on this rock. Oh, good that I didn't go all the way. And realistically, this should be the fastest way, because the repel has worn off. Ba-ba-ba. 3 more max repels. That should make it the rest of the way, hopefully. We run into an encounter. Okay. Hopefully this is like one of the last ones we'll run into. They only have 2 Pokemon. Okay. Realistically, we can just surf our way to victory with El Jimmy for now. Speaking of surprising members of the team, I didn't expect El Jimmy to last in the team so long. They really were just sort of like the one water type we had, in a way, for a bit. That was just like a proper water type rather than a water grass. Because that would have overlapped, and, you know. Hell yeah, crit. So, but now that we can just get a lot of other water types, they still have just stayed in the party. They've done some good work. Alright, that fight went easy. What do you mean? Okay. I just chose the worst that's, like, route, I guess. Oh, Lunatone, okay. Yeah, no, that is fair. We do end up ending with the words. We do end up using Tentacruel quite a bit in these runs. I'll be curious to see if that continues. Realistically, water types are just good, so... Oh god, I just realized, once we get to the Gen 4 and onward, I wonder what, starter we're gonna end up with. Because I'm a fan of all 3 of the Gen 4 starters. I really like all of them. But I've never properly played a run of any Gen 4 game of any kind with Empoleon. I've only ever done Chimchar and Turtwig lines. But, you know, realistically, if we have Empoleon or something... Anyways, did I just fuck myself up? Not entirely, I don't think. Yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, Chimchar was what I went with when I played Diamond as a kid. And then I went Turtwig and Platinum. And then Turtwig sort of became my favorite. But I also am a fan of Empoleon and Chimchar still. Well, and Infernape, to use the same evolutionary name. Just making sure I'm going the right way and not just doing an unnecessary fight. Yeah, okay, this is the way out, so we gotta fight this guy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna still randomize it, but part of me is tempted to go for Piplup, just because I haven't done them before. And we've had good luck with Mons I haven't used before in these runs. Well, Jimmy isn't a great option here because they're a grass type, but Darl can punch him because I believe Cacturne is dark as well. If I'm not being insane. Good to get the swap out before the spikes. Guess we'll find out in a moment here. Oh, is the Psychic TM in here? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. I might not worry about doing that on stream right now if we don't run into it in this final stretch, but I will get it between streams, at the very least. I very much will, do cleanup of various routes. Anyways, the classic we don't have an answer to a flying type. Sure, let's give Morent an opportunity. Yeah, no, that's fair. I always really have enjoyed the Chimchar line as well. I've just resonated with Turtwig most. Yeah, Brick Break could be good as well. Realistically, just, let's see. Okay, they protect. Let's see what a bite does once they're not being protected. Not a ton. Okay, they're doing stockpile maneuvers. Cool, cool. Realistically, 1 or 2 more should kill, except it's swallowed. So, realistically, 2 should kill. This Pelipper just wants to be the most annoying thing ever. It got the double protect? Okay. Cool. Great. Just stalling the inevitable. Yeah, Brick Break will be good for that kind of stuff. That's fair. Yeah, if I'm going for optimal matchups, Infernape is very strong. Realistically, though, I think I'll probably do what I've done for all of these runs so far, though, and just do a randomization of who I have, because I enjoy adding a slight random element to it. But yeah, with that, though, we have made it to the Elite Four. Because as far as I know, there isn't another fight. Oh, we made it. There was one last horrible fight before we finished out in Wally. The biggest loss we've had this stream and last stream. But we made it. We're not ready to fight the Elite Four yet, but we will be by next time. Unfortunately, that will be in a bit, unless I stream an extra time, because next week should be Zenless, and then the week after that should be Genshin, but the week after that, we should be free to finish this out, once again, assuming I don't stream again. So, look forward to that. Keep an eye out for announcements on streams, that kind of thing. And yeah, so, you know, hope you all enjoyed. This was certainly a roller coaster, compared to just the full sweep of last time. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully next time goes well. If it does, we might just immediately go into Platinum. But we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, so... Don't really have much more to say about that, so, bye. I'm always terrible with endings.